Welcome back to the Momentum Sports Podcast. If you're new here, please consider hitting that like button and hitting that subscribe button. Comment down below your thoughts. Derek and I love talking about college sports, especially college football and college basketball. We're excited to get on to this next topic that you came here for. So let's get it. All right, Derek. It's been a long holiday season. We're
Mhm.
finally back to do a full video reactions of playoffs, regular season, just how everything went down at the end. Let's talk a little bit about Colorado here. Let's do kind of multiple parts. The first is, do you think that Colorado fans should be disappointed? I think that you should be happy with this season, but like, was there a point of this season that you're like, we need to make the Big 12 championship or bust? Because they were playing pretty good ball for a little while. Where was it kind of a disappointing ending, do you think? Or would you still feel like that was a good season that I want to talk about if you're a Colorado fan? Um, yeah.
Well, here's the thing. It was a disappointing season because you're here to compete for a national title, and national title access is so much easier than it has to be in the past. You can't complain anymore. All you have to do is win. And if you win out, you go undefeated. I promise you this. If you're not in the playoffs, especially this year, Liberty would have made the playoffs if they went undefeated. They didn't go undefeated. And they were probably in the worst conference of them all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you go undefeated, you have a good chance of getting in a 12-team playoff. It is very likely that's going to happen. They're already talking about still having automatic bids, but not the top four seats. So or top five automatic seeds. Now, with Colorado here, they just have to do what they gotta do, rebuild because they're losing Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter,
Yeah.
and Travis Hunter's probably going number one or number two. Um, here's the crazy thing is I believe Cam Moore gets picked up before Shador Sanders. I don't even think Sanders wants to go to Cleveland. Cleveland sucks, and no offense at all, but that's where quarterbacks go to die. And I see a good possibility there's an Eli Manning repeat of this. I'm not going here. You can draft me, but I'm not going to play. I'll sit out a whole year. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen uh, with uh, with Cleveland if they do draft him, because the Giants probably want to draft him. They really want to go to somewhere like the Las Vegas Raiders. Who wouldn't want to be with the Raiders and have Tom Brady teach you the ropes because he's partial owner of the Raiders. He's a minority owner, but yeah,
Yeah.
that would be a great spot. But we'll see how things go. I think it could very well happen. And go Buckeyes, right? It's one
Well,
way to jinx that team
let's
today.
yeah, let's stick on topic here. Um, I don't know, because I have mixed things about Colorado, because I do think that they beat expectations, but at the same time, when you look at their schedule, you're kind of like, well, you should win all these games. Like, if you have a Heisman Trophy winner, shouldn't you beat? Let's see here. They dropped Kansas State. Shouldn't you beat Kansas State? Shouldn't you win at Kansas? Shouldn't you beat Nebraska? You know,
Mhm.
uh BYU is kind of up in the air. Oh wait, no, that was the sorry, that wasn't the first game. I was looking at the schedule wrong. They put the bowl game at the first game of the season. Um I don't know. I mean, and they finished with a loss. They got walloped by BYU, and um, both Shador and Travis Hunter played in that game.
Yep. Biggest mistake Travis Hunter could have ever done because you can. You're. It's not. Here's the thing: you're not making the playoffs, so you have nothing to prove. You're going to be the number one pick, probably number
Yeah.
two pick. Why jeopardize a
I
meaningless
don't know. I
game?
think that's cool that he played. I think that they need to.
It's
I think that that's cool that he played. I think that there need to be more players like that because look, man, like that whole injury thing, it kind of makes sense, but at the end of the day, finish the season. You know, not everybody gets to be a college football player. Not everybody gets to play these games, and when you're sitting out, you're missing out on opportunities. Especially like these bowl games could be so cool. Like it's such a big event, and these players are kind of taking this stuff for granted, in my opinion. And I actually admire Hunter and Shador for doing that. I've been a little bit of a Colorado hater this whole time, but I do admire them for doing that. So I'm going to disagree with you there for deciding to play. I actually like that. I like that a lot. And finishing out the season, even though they got smacked, at least putting the pads on, finishing the season, I think that that's pretty cool. But Derek, Colorado moving forward, your prediction is he's going to the Raiders. And because of that, he's going to lose some of his draft stock a little bit, or he's not going to be selected as early as people think, according to you, if that prediction happens. And I guess moving forward to next year, as a Colorado fan, what's the expectation based off of how this year ended?
depends how his recruiting goes. Did his recruiting go well? I don't think it did. You know whose recruiting's going well? Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ohio State. You know the usual. You know what? Until you get up there in the top rankings and do well in recruiting, you're always going to be there. Just like, what if I can make this? What if I can do this? You know. But we all know the usual suspects up there is usually Alabama, Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, and sometimes you'll see other people, other teams up there. But no, I actually think they need to improve on the recruiting and not get in transfer portal like they usually do. Doesn't help them, you know.
So
The top five
Colorado
is
has the
well,
eighth ranked.
they're not in the top five. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
Once you're
they
in the
do have
top
the
five,
eighth ranked transfer portal.
it's a good push, but still not good enough. You
8 4 stars.
8 4 stars. How many does Texas have? Five. 5 stars. Right? Is that right?
Five four
Or is
stars
it
and one 5 star.
okay? Those rankings are wrong.
This is 24/7 sports.
Is it updated? Because last time I checked, Texas was number one. They had
Last updated 1/07. So that's today, November. January the 7th, the date of this recording. So yeah.
did they
Now this is the transfer portal. You're talking about
oh
the high school class.
yeah. You need to be a high school class.
Dude, the high school
You do.
classes don't matter very much anymore. It's the transfer portal that matters. If you're not in the
No,
transfer portal, you're not getting with the
it worked out.
program.
It worked out for Texas. Simmons is for one true freshman All American. He's gonna be
Texas
there for
hasn't
two
played
more years.
anybody.
He it don't matter. That guy's a true freshman. He's gonna get better.
All
It's
right.
like
Well, let's close out this segment. Let's not get on to Texas because we're gonna talk about them in a future episode. Don't worry, Derek. Um, any closing thoughts on Colorado though? So you're pretty. What is your win count? Like, what do they need to pass to be a successful year next year?
they're in rebuilding mode, so I guess 9 wins. Seriously,
All right.
you don't have your
Derek's giving
yeah
it tough to you guys. You guys got to get at least 9 wins rebuilding.
yeah. It's It happens to the best of us,
I
man.
think it's
You
doable
know,
in that conference too. I think it is doable. Um, yeah. Well, I guess we'll just have to see then. Derek, where are you putting your money on? Over or under? 9 wins.
but I'm gonna say the over because Dion knows how to motivate his players.
Look at that. After all that crap talking, he's coming back and he's taking the over.
Yeah, but they always get transferred. Transfers go and do so much. You know, you want to establish core and not have a guy running around team between team.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got this far, please consider hitting that like button and commenting down below with your thoughts. We'll see you guys in the next video.